freedom person who's fully embodied in it. Dan, we're so excited to have you here today to chat to our incredible community. So wherever you're tuning from, if you're online, let us know, #online, or if you're watching this replay, #replay. We'd love to hear from you. Any comments, some feedback, some questions for Dan or Courtney and myself. We're going to talk about what ultimate freedom really means for us and hear from Dan and his story and the journey that him and his beautiful goddess wife, Danielle, are on, and their 4 children. Danielle has 2 beautiful boys and Dan has 2 beautiful girls, which is so incredible. And you'll notice when you follow Dan and Danielle, they are fun, pleasure, play, jet skiing, beach, boating, whatever.
Everything.
Yeah, which is so incredible. We've even been so blessed for Dan and Danielle to take us out on the water and have so much fun riding the water motorbike. So we've absolutely loved it. We're honoured to have you here today. Dan, there's also something really special because I know you do come from a background of fly in, fly out work, having your own traditional business in lawn maintenance, gardening and all that. So I'd love for you to talk into that because there'll be people who come across our page who are in traditional business. That was us. We still have that too. And who also want to maybe look at an additional stream of income or something that's actually going to far out pay and align with their values, which is exactly what business model we're in too. So for people who don't know you, Dan, besides what I've said, let's start with who are you, speak about Danielle, your journey, where you guys begun, then we'll go from there. That would be incredible.
Awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me on in front of your audience and your community. Danielle and I absolutely love doing interviews like this, and especially with people like you. You know, you're so awake, so tapped in. You've got a beautiful energy and vibration about both of you. And when I saw the invitation to do an interview, I was like, yeah, man, I cannot wait for this. I've been really, really looking forward to sharing our story, sharing a bit about our journey and how we've been able to transition from our traditional businesses now online and have some, you know, amazing freedom and a great lifestyle. So yes, I do get to do this incredible business with my beautiful queen, Danielle. And our journey over the last 5 years has just been absolutely incredible. It kind of rewinding back to the day when I was, you know, slogging it out in my landscaping and design and maintenance business in the gardens, and I loved it. It was great. I got to work on some beautiful gardens and houses here on the Sunshine Coast and multi-million-dollar homes as well. And some of these places were, you know, 10, 15, you know, some of them are $20 million. These houses are absolutely incredible. And, you know, what I saw was, you know, these owners had a friggin' epic lifestyle and had, you know, beautiful luxury cars, and they were traveling and they had multiple streams of income. And I was like, hang on a sec, these guys are doing something different. It's like, I've got to work this deal out. What is it that they're doing? So over the years, I got to have some great conversations with, you know, some of my high-end, you know, clientele and customers. And they were all telling me about, you know, having multiple streams of income, that you have to work for yourself, that you had to, you know, do something online. And I was like, okay, cool. So they kind of planted the seed of like, I've got to do something, you know, different. You know, I was only just getting by. And so, yes, you know, we had an okay life. I got to send my kids to some, you know, nice schools and stuff like that. But I wanted to have that next level, you know, abundant lifestyle, to be able to spoil my kids, to be able to you know, buy them their first car, you know, to be able to take them on, you know, a 5-star holiday and be able to spoil, and also to be a present parent. You know, when I was away working, and like you mentioned before, I did do some fly in, fly out work. And I was away from the family too much, and it wasn't you know, the return on investment to be away was not worth it. You know, actually at one stage, my daughter Ellie, she's 23 now, she was competing in the Australian titles for swimming, and she won an Australian medal, broke an Australian record, and I was away working. I missed it. It absolutely broke my heart. But it broke my daughter's heart even more, you know, not having her dad there to see that, you know, gold medal get placed around her neck. Wow. And, you know, I just thought that's not why I'm working hard. You know, I want to provide for the family, but I also want to be there. I want to be that present parent.
Yeah.
So after, you know, seeing, you know, some great success from some, you know, different clientele and stuff like that over the years, I I thought I'd go and do the fly in, fly out work. That didn't really work out. I was away from the family too long. And then when I came back and I thought I've got to find something. And then I saw a post on social media was, you know, people were traveling, they were earning an incredible income. And I'm like, hang on a second, what's going on here? There has to be something in this. So that was 5 years ago. That was when Danielle and I reached out to a gentleman that we saw, and we knew this guy. We trusted him. We'd seen him. You know, he used to actually drive an Uber. That was his profession back in the day, earning $7 an hour driving an Uber. And it was like, how did David go from driving an Uber to flying business class, having an incredible online business and helping people along the way? I thought, far out, I've got to ask him what he's doing. Like, man, your life has changed like incredibly in a couple of years. What are you doing? And I said, just tell me all about it. What are you up to? And he says, I just want you to see it the way I saw it. And he says, I'll send you some info. And kind of the rest is history. Danielle and I have grown the most incredible online business and team. Danielle was able to, give away her traditional personal training business within 10 months of us doing this. The last 2 years, you know, Danielle and I have kind of been financially free. Last year, we bought our dream home here on the Sunshine Coast with $1 million view right near the beach. And we're both very, very fortunate now to drive our dream cars as well. It's so nice to see Danielle in a convertible Jeep. And
I love it. I saw the post and I was like, this is epic. I want a Jeep so bad.
And it's her, like it's exactly what she wants. And I always wanted to have a Porsche. So I got to buy myself a Porsche and I go jet skiing and have fun and all that kind of good stuff. So yes, it was a great transition. It was a great learning curve for me to understand I needed to do something. There was a line in the sand moment where I had to make a decision. I wasn't getting any younger. And it was just so fortunate that we got to find this platform and community that taught us step by step what to do. And we've had amazing results and we love helping other people along the way as well.
I love that. What an incredible story you guys both have individually, but together and working as a team. It's like Court and I as well, two sisters come together, just doing this, going all in. You know, when you might be alone or you might be having a partner or a best friend who you want to do this sort of thing with, and it can totally transform your life. Exactly what you're saying, Dan. It changed everything for you guys and for your kids. I think that's so special because we're obviously doing this now at this age for our future family and our future generations to come, but also to make that choice when you already have kids, you already are locked into a certain set of life, but being able to transform it and completely change it is so powerful and so incredible for the kids to watch that and learn that too and know that that's possible for them. And look what mum and dad are doing. I think that's so special. There's a lot of magic in that. It's powerful. We'd love to ask, what have you seen ripple out into your community and into your business, the growth that's happened, the more of the success stories that you've had since the last 5 years or even the last couple of years? I know obviously you've been able to give away your landscaping business. Danielle's been able to give away her PT business and move on from that. What else have you seen in your community that's really rippled out into families or individuals?
And I'll kind of touch on the ripple effect with the kids first. And I think that's probably the most important thing is the kids now have seen Danielle and I, Danielle and I are so much in love, from when we got married to our lifestyle and what we do together online and what we're building. And that love is shining in our kids. They see us working together online. They see us, excited and traveling and helping other people. And because we're becoming the best versions of ourselves, that ripple effect is going on to the kids. So we've seen the kids' grades at school, go up and up and up and, getting A's. Now we give them, $50 an A if they get an A. And it's like, man, they're costing me a fortune because they're getting these A's. And my two daughters, my eldest daughter, Ellie, she's just about to get qualified as a vet. And that's like being a doctor. And it's just, for me, I'm just so proud of them to see where they're going in their lives. And next year, Ellie's going to work at the top veterinarian clinic in Brisbane. And I'm just so proud. And my other daughter, Ebony, She's into marketing. She loves, building websites and understands social media and all that kind of good stuff. And seeing her start to build her own business and have that entrepreneurial spirit and go down that road, it just makes us so proud, because they're seeing us step up as parents, help other people, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're starting to work it out at an early age that you'll never ever be financially free if you're working for somebody else. Yes, it's a great way to be able to get by and to be able to earn your income, and you can transition to either work for yourself or be an investor or do something online. And they can see that. They can see the writing on the wall with Danielle and I, with our personal development and what we do, our inner work and our energy and our vibration. And we really look after, the self-care of us. And then the ripple effect is like, we see our kids are absolutely shining. And, with the two boys, Jake and Ollie, Danielle's two boys, and they're just beautiful kids. They've got so much respect for their mum. They're amazing friends. And they're just, shining the light from the ripple effect of, our family life. So very, very proud. And then, looking into the community and our team, we're seeing people within our personal team, hit the top rank of the company, become financially free, retire their husbands, go on incredible holidays. And it's like, oh shit, we just tipped over the first, domino, and the domino effect has just led to this incredible wave of entrepreneurship, getting time freedom back and spending more time with their family. And we're just so grateful that we get to witness it and see it firsthand in other people's lives as well.
Yes, love that. Before we went live, we were saying to Dan, we went to the Tony Robbins event, UPW in Sydney, and we were talking about energy and state. And Dan, you and Danielle, like I said, fun, pleasure, play, freedom, all these high vibration states. You guys are that 24/7. Go and follow Dan and Danielle, follow their journey, immerse yourself in their energy, even if it's online and you're somewhere else in Australia, not here on the Sunshine Coast. It can't be with them in flesh. Just follow along their journey and be in their energetic vibration and space, because these guys do emulate that. Yes, in their relationship, I really look up to both of you, but also individually as people. So Dan, I'd love for you to talk about, because you are a wizard in this, just like how important state really is and energy, and even maybe if you want to tie in some what sort of pain you did feel back then. I know you shared about your daughter and you shared about fly in and fly out at work. Like, what did pain look like for you back then when it was like, no, I've got to make this line in the sand moment? Because I know that someone watching this will definitely resonate with some of the pain you experienced back then. And I'd love for them to just really feel it in their heart. I get passionate about this.
Yeah, I love it. And I really, really love that you both understand energy and vibration, law of attraction at the age that you are now. I wish I knew about it, back in, my 20s and 30s. I didn't come across it until, I was about 45. I'm 52 now, and I feel fitter, healthier, happier, more energy now at 52 than maybe about 5 or 6 years ago when I was nearly totally burnt out. I was like thinking, I'm struggling, like my health is really, really struggling. I was working like ridiculous hours, wasn't getting ahead financially, and I was away from my family, and I just was in a bad head state. I was in a bad mindset, thinking, how do I get ahead? Like, I just got, zero future going on. And I was coming from a lack mentality. And once I turned it around and got involved with this community and understood it was all mindset. And I understood that I had to learn something new. I had to start my day off differently, where I was waking up and I was like, had the alarm clock set, and I was, I just rush out the door, and I was in rush mode all the time. And my, adrenal fatigue for me was like, it was nearly game over. And I can see how people, have heart attacks at, a very young age. And it's so sad that people don't understand that we really need to look after ourselves. And Danielle and I now, we have a beautiful morning routine where we wake up and we open up our bedroom window, and our view is absolutely spectacular. And we say our morning affirmations and gratitude. And I've got a glass of beautiful Kangen water here next to me now. And I say it every single morning straight into my water, my affirmations, gratitudes, and my morning rituals, because water holds more memory than any other molecule on planet Earth. And when we say that into the water and then drink it, and now Kangen water goes down to cellular level, that memory is now stored inside of us for the day. So when people say, man, you're always on a high vibe, every time I see you, you're always happy and things are going on. It wasn't always like that. Back in the day when I was working my traditional business, burnout, missed my family, there was times where I didn't know why I was crying. I had no idea. But it was because I wasn't looking after me. And over the last 5 years, Danielle and I have really looked after our morning routine and getting our day set up right. And we started off with morning affirmations and gratitude. Then we go into some, either a beach walk. And for me, it's a surf in the morning. Danielle this morning caught up with the girls with the Sunrise Sisterhood and had 40 of her, beautiful ladies there in the morning, and they get to, watch the sunrise and do some exercise and all that kind of beautiful stuff to get your day set up right. And the flow and effect from that is just incredible for the rest of your day. It just gets yourself set up for calling in more abundance, calling in, the people you want to surround yourself and do life and business with. And now being, understanding energy, understanding vibration, understanding the law of attraction, we can call in anything. We can call in whatever we want, whenever we want. And Daniel and I manifested this dream home that we're in right now. We wrote it down. We got it down to a feeling. So we knew exactly what we wanted as we wrote down what we wanted. But when you can embody it and feel it and breathe it and live it, you can make it happen. So all I can say is when you totally understand everything is energy, right down to the vibration of it, you can call in the life, the lifestyle, the people, and full abundance in your life in a massive, massive way.
Oh, so much gold. There are so many things you just said, Dan, acknowledging for the woman or man watching this is like, think about the energy frequency of your food. Think about your water, like Dan shared. He speaks affirmations. Think about the way you talk to yourself. Think about the energy that you have in the relationships around you, the community. Like we all have an incredible community around us. We drink the highest vibration water on the planet. We eat the most highest vibration foods. And it doesn't happen overnight. And you really have acknowledged that, Dan. It's been an incredible journey, and it can start at any point. Start today. If you're feeling what Dan's even spoken into and some of the stories that Court and I have shared, you're feeling that pain or entrapment or suffering or sacrifice or tired, absolutely wrecked, or you don't see much of a future. It's like, start cleaning up these things, because all you have is today. All you have is this present moment, and how you start your day and how you finish it is everything to you, and it should be. I just love that. Thanks, Dan. Even so much gold for me to go back and write down, okay, check in with all of these points. How am I feeling? Even where I'm at in life, how am I going in these different areas? It's critical. That's awesome. Dan, what is your and Danielle, or both of you guys, or individually, what's your vision? What are you guys wanting to revolutionize on this planet? Like, let's go to the really big vision, because some people don't even know what's possible out there. And I always love to stretch people. What do you want in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? What do you see? What do you want to transform on this planet? What legacy do you want to leave behind? And how do you want to do that? Your generations to come. So like, let's close out with that. I love that.
Well, here we go. This is what it's all about for me. I just got goosebumps on my arms. To me, to leave a legacy and the ripple effect for my kids is going to be absolutely incredible. I want to, when I go upstairs, I want God to know that I'm coming, man. I want him to go, man, I didn't even expect that you were going to do that. And I want him to open up my book of life and go, holy moly, bro, like you just ticked off all those boxes and you did some more. So for me, my biggest thing is I'm going to go to Bali and I'm going to build a bottle school, my very first one. I'm going to collect 10,000 plastic bottles, fill them all with the street rubbish, put the cap back on them so they're all tight full of rubbish. And then I'm going to build what we call is a bottle school. So we're going to zip tie them all to like mesh fences, and then we're going to render over the top so they've got some flex in them because they get the earthquakes over there. And then we're going to build a bottle school and give the education back to the kids to teach them, not to litter, not to rubbish, because the ocean is my playground. I absolutely love it. As you girls know, I do my foil surfing and jet skiing, and I'm always in the ocean. And I just want to teach the kids to, not throw their rubbish in the ocean, to the education around, obviously the water and who we are and the energy and the vibration. And then from that bottle school, I want to, do another project as well. So where my heart is in the next 12 months is to go over to Bali. Danielle and I will be there in November to be able to plant the very first seeds and get the ball rolling there. And then the next bottle school will roll out. So there will be a legacy within the environment that we're going to leave and clean up. Bali to me feels like my second home. Education is huge for me. I was the kid that dropped out of school at year 10, went to the beach every day and told mum I was going to school, but I was actually wagging it. But I fell in love with the surf club, and I did patrols every single weekend, and I ended up becoming the Surf Life Saving Club champion doing Ironman. And I just loved, being around that kind of community and helping others. So Danielle and I are going to build a bottle school over in Bali, and then eventually that's going to leave a legacy for our kids. And this is the business model that we're all part of, where the business model will become a legacy, where we'll be able to pass on the passive residual income down to the kids. And the way that Danielle and I have set our business up so beautifully is we've actually got 4 business centers, one for each kid. And they don't know about it at the moment is, each of those business centers have already hit 6A. So it's going to be huge. So Danielle, we've worked hard over the last 5 years, and we've got a 6A position for all of the kids that we're going to take into the dashes. And I'm pretty, it's pretty special to me.
Yeah, well, that makes me feel really emotional.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Then like your vision and your energy and your passion just shows, this is like, it's so possible to have. It's a choice in every moment. And to see like you sitting here, the emotion and the passion that's coming out of you, just, it moves me. It moves Kristen. It's going to move our community. I just know it. I know people will be commenting in the chat. And so at this moment, I know we have a 2-day masterclass next week, and it's incredible. You've been promoting it. We're going to be promoting it. So I feel like what you've just said is exactly why people should prioritize this right now. But just a bit of, because you've had a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom from these masterclasses in the years. I know we know how powerful these masterclasses are. Why is this important for people to take this opportunity now? Why is it important for somebody to make this a priority in their calendar next week, Thursday, Friday, and make it happen and just see what this is all about? Why is that?
This one is something special. This one is really, really dear to my heart. And Danny and I, we've done and been a part of many of these launches and masterclass, but this one's super special. With what's going on around the world at the moment, what's going on in the planet and all that kind of good stuff and turmoil that we've kind of been through the last few years, this masterclass is not to be missed. This 2-day masterclass with the international speakers that we have coming on board to be able to share their experience, their vision and their love for what we have is going to be super special and right at the right moment of where we are in life, where we are with the planet, what's going on with the community, what's going on with, different lockdowns and what's coming our way, financially and all that kind of good stuff. It's like, we've got to be prepared. And so we're going to be sharing some information that you can get prepared. You can, not be backed up into a corner. Last time I really felt like, man, we got bullied. Like there were so many people out there struggling financially because of different lockdowns in different areas, couldn't go to work, couldn't provide for your family. And the only people that really thrived are people that took, control of the situation and made the most out of it. And this is going to be your chance to go, okay, cool, I can take control of my life. And what we saw through the last, pandemic is our business thrived. And what we now know is our business model and company and community, we're pandemic proof that it works. We grew by over 17% in the last 2 years and our business absolutely exploded. We're now a part of the fastest growing community and team on the planet. And what we have and our stepping stones to success are absolutely a game changer. So do not miss this next masterclass and hear from these speakers. You know, Tariq is absolutely incredible. I just love hearing him talk, and the way that he explains what's going on around the world and how it can benefit you, the people, and the planet. Then you got Brooke and her incredible story and how she's a beautiful mum that's been able to absolutely thrive. And then we've got just some incredible speakers from an age demographic, from your demographic, with Aubrey and her beautiful story and how she's been able to create, you know, so much freedom living in Bali and helping. You know, she got started when she was 18 years old. Now she's 23 and financially free. Like, man, I wish I saw this when I was 18 years old. I'm so grateful that I've got it now, but I wish I always saw it when I was way, way younger. So do not miss this masterclass, because it's going to be an absolute game changer and also a life changer as well.
Say yes. Oh, that's incredible. That's so true. Next Thursday and Friday, I've popped the link in the chat for the platforms, guys. If you for some reason can't see it, inbox one of us and make sure you're there. This is obviously landed in your lap for a reason. You're here listening to this at a critical time in your life for a reason. So take action, feel the support, feel the energy, feel the vibration of you already being lifted by immersing in this space. So Dan, such an honor, man. So excited to catch up with you. We've got the privilege of also having a one-on-one session with Dan soon. We're going to organize that over the next week. So just to be in once again, and Dan and Danielle's energy is just amazing. So go and follow Dan and Danielle online. I've popped a couple of links in there. You'll see Instagram and Facebook. Is there anywhere else, Dan, that they can find you, LinkedIn or anything?
No, I'm a bit old school. I'm just Dan the Surfy on Instagram. You'll see my foil surfing stuff there. If you want to follow a little bit more what we do online and business, I'm on Facebook. So I'll keep it pretty simple.
That's amazing. Thank you, Dan, so much. We're going to have you back on. We really appreciate it. Lots of love to you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll speak to you soon. Bye.